Alright, so we closed out our last non-open play expedition for the week with a 7-win trial. Had a 6-win before that, so just missing the 7 wins, but they only count your highest of the 2 on each trial run. So we went with Noxus on this run, and let's see some highlights here. Wait, did I say highlights? This clearly is not a highlight clip. This is me losing to Azir, because Azir's overpowered as fuck, and yeah, I hate Azir. So let's find a different clip. So here we are, 3 wins in our Noxus, Bilgewater, Ionia deck, but it's mostly just Noxus. It's completely carried by Noxus. As you can see, we have Gangplank and Darius, so just the bro lineup here. So they've knocked out 3 wins so far here on this run pretty easily, behind the power of just lots of big guys that don't block. We started out with a couple of solid 3-drop stun when they come into play spider dudes, 3-2, so that is helpful to try and push some early damage through. I like the shell shocker, little gang of turtles there. That will help accelerate having some backup mana pool, so that helps. Also, Legion Drummer is absolutely amazing with the 5-1 guy that can challenge people. So I always want to call it taunt because I don't know, I just am used to other games calling it taunt. Now that said, even though it's an absolutely amazing minion, I feel free to go ahead and block with it there because I don't have an immediate use for it, and there's no use to just let 3 damage through there when I can just block, because if I'm going to swing the next turn, then he's just going to block and he'll have gotten 3 damage. And so since I didn't have any immediate plan to use the Legion Drummer there, I think we were fine just blocking. And they could have a fairly aggressive Blade Dance deck because they have Ionia, so I don't want to really absorb a lot of unnecessary damage. And I have plenty of backup minions in my hand. So I'm sitting pretty good early game. That Whirling Death that I just drew there is going to be nice. That Vi that has 7 power already is not going to be nice. So got a few options on what to play here. I don't know if Arachnid stunning with the Arachnid there was necessarily the right play versus playing one of the 5 drops, but it was that was the option where if Vi came in and went to kill one, like let's say it went to kill the 5-2 and they had anticipated they had a combat trick, then I would have been able to respond with Whirling Death, but I would not have been able to respond with that had I played one of the 5 drops, which is the main reason I used the Arachnid Stunner there. So I think that's a good enough reason. I don't know if it's the best reasoning, but at any rate, I think that since we drew the 5-1 and we had a couple of those in our deck, that gives us, you know, we got fortunate that we have another solution for Vi still. Wouldn't have had enough damage to kill Vi with Whirling Death without that. Now you can see they're trying to switch in for some Living Shadows here, did some Zed-like antics, and I respond with the Whirling Death and they don't have a response, so goodbye, bye. Yeah, I didn't intend for that to rhyme. Anyway, I don't want to bore folks, it's just pretty bland gameplay here, so I'm going to speed up to 3 times speed instead of the 2 times speed that we were playing on, since, you know, I'm not really the fastest decision maker ever, but we have a 6-6 stealther in our hand, they have 2-3 stealther on board, and we have just lost our 5-1 guy, but oh well. Still think we're in a pretty good position, and then we drew that Death's Hand, so that helps. And you can see we've got our big 6-drop. There's Karma, so we're going to blast Karma with that Death's Hand when Karma goes to block, and that should be a really bad board position for them, and pretty much going to be lights. So we grab a couple of more wins, and we pick up a game where we are playing against another Noxus player. They have no other cards that are not Noxus. They are just all Noxus all day. And being the loyal servant of Noxus that they are, this game is following the rule of Noxus is that Noxus no blocks this. Because there's just no allowed to block all face all the time. It's like it's like Face Hunter. There's no trading. It's just to the face. I think I violate the rule here, but I do have good reason. I mean, I'm eliminating a card for the cost of 0 cards. So anytime you can get card advantage effectively by removing one of their threats at the cost of 0 cards, you should always do so. So we will allow that little, slip up in the first rule of Noxus Club. And really, that was just actually that wasn't the first rule, because the first rule was just not to block. The second rule was sort of to go face all the time. So, as long as I was okay with being committed to just not blocking and just going all face, I'm good. So he's got his 2 non-blocking guys there. So unless he's got a response, that's going to be the end of our little Noxus fight club there. I think after this match was the one where I lost to Azir that you saw that little clip of. So we're not going to show that because, hey, we're trying to show a 7-win run here. So why show the losses? I mean, come on. I mean, even the first video I released on this channel was actually a video of me losing. So, don't want to show people how terrible I really am here. Sometimes it can take a little while with the 7th game in the queue. It just takes longer for the matchmaking because there's, I guess, probably fewer players waiting for that 7th game. I'm presuming they try and match you with that. So we'll skip here, and yeah. So we are playing against Noxus and Piltover and Pawn. And oh, why would I want to keep the swole squirrel? He's so swole. No, obviously I would not want to keep that. So I've got the Glory Seeker and another Glory Seeker. So let's find a hole to slot them in. And I think that we have a pretty strong starting hand here. I mean, obviously the 7 casting cost scrap shot is not going to be immediately useful, but by the time we get around to casting it, there's probably going to be a use for it. But the Glory Seekers are versatile. If they have a slow start, then I can just sort of get 5 into the face. And if they have a pressing threat immediately, then we are going to be able to hopefully eliminate that if they don't have something to ping off the Glory Seeker. It's usually pretty difficult to buff up to avoid a 5 power attack. So... Plus, he's waving at me with Braum, and we all know that Noxus does not like dudes that carry shields, because the #1 rule for Noxus is we don't block. So why would we want some goofy shield guy with a mustache? We just drew the only mustache that Noxus needs, and that's that super zoom in on Draven's mustache. So... Although we are playing against someone that has Draven. We don't have Draven. We have Darius. I believe that they're actually brothers, but I don't recall. I'm not that familiar with lore. Now we've drawn our super combo here. The super obvious combo, obviously. The Legion Drummer and our Trifarian Glory Seeker. The combo of pain here. So the only problem with the combo is you frequently can only do it once, because you're going to lose the Legion Drummer if they have a second blocker. But in this case, their second blocker is 1/3, so that wouldn't actually kill her, so they just leave him back. So now I'm going to get a second round of that, presuming they don't have removal. So more free card advantage. They lose 1 card. I don't lose any. Always a great result. And yeah, well, we have the Draven mustache in hand. So, oh, no, they have the actual Draven. Look at that. Why? Oh, has it got that big? I don't understand. Like the steampunk thing was like the mink collar thing. I don't know why that's like a thing in that. I don't know. It's not like steampunk, but I don't know. It's like what I picture in, like, if you ever seen like Tribes of Europa or something. I don't know what that genre is called with the. I don't, like sort of the post-apocalyptic people. I don't know. They like weird shawls of fur. I picture that, like the Mad Max kind of thing. I don't know. But so we're pre-stunning Draven here because I don't know. I just think that that's the better play, because then I have an additional blocker that can actually, like, otherwise I'd have to expose my Legion Drummer to blocking and potentially getting removed, whereas not removed, but I mean killed by a buff of some sort or a removal that just pings for 1. And this way I can prevent Draven from swinging, and I still have a blocker for their whatever that guy's called, the boom something, the guy that hits your thing for 2 when he swings. Which is sort of weird that he's 1/3, but I can see that so that he's a little bit more survivable, but can do 2 direct damage to the Nexus. But anyway, let's see if he's got some way to save Draven. Oh, he's got something to save Draven, but wait, Draven, you forgot about your mustache. That's right, the Draven mustache. So I love killing Draven with the Draven removal card there. So I don't actually know if that's the card that you get when when you have an extra copy of the champion. I think it is, though. I don't know. I mean, it'd be sort of stupid if it wasn't. I mean, it's literally just a zoom in on his mustache. But we have our champ there, the Legion drummer. I find that artwork really reminds me of like the Wonder Woman Severe skin on League of Legends, although I don't think it's actually called that anymore. I think maybe they got like a copyright violation and they renamed it to like All American Severe or something like that, which is also weird because she's from Shurima, so, but whatever. A little bit overkill on Jinx there. Jinx is one of those champions I actually never have any success with at all, but I'm about to have success with swinging for a ton of damage with these guys that can't block, because we don't believe in blocking at Noxus. At Noxus Corporation there, blocking is for noobs. So, oh, you know who's gonna die? It's that 7-3 Challenger guy, probably. The awesome combo here. The Unstoppable Legion Drummer Glory Seeker combo. You always need a drummer when you're seeking glory. Just remember that. You know, so find one. Even if they have one arm, you have to have a drummer. That'd be difficult for like a combat-oriented drummer to have one arm. I feel like that would not. The Def Leppard guy would not have done well as a military drummer. I feel like that would be severely handicap you, even more so than just being in a rock band. But anyway, he's got some more big challenger guys here, which is actually it's a little bit threatening here because he's got that has overwhelm on it, that 7/4, and I don't have anything that could block that has more than 2 toughness. I mean, I could have placed a blocker out, but for some reason I just decided to gamble with the Mystifying Magician guy there, which I don't know. He sounds very Jamaican to me. I don't know where he's supposed to be from. And he also sounds like he introduces himself as the Great Mario, but I think it's like Bell Mario or something. But as you can see, he pulled in the 1 toughness guy, so he's probably trying to punch a bunch of damage through. He's going to get 1 additional from the Saboteur, and now he's also buffing that guy. So that's at 8 plus 1 he's going to get through if I block on the other one. So he actually potentially has enough mana to get the win here, because if he has a 2 casting cost card, which just like the one that he just cast, well, actually no, because he'd have to. Yeah, no, he could, because he could give it 2 more damage to the guy that already has overwhelm, so he wouldn't have to give it to the other guy. So he's spinning axe. So now he's getting 10 through, 11 with the Saboteur, but that falls just short, and he's got 1 card in hand. So unless it was some direct damage to the face that he couldn't play, which I guess it could be. I'm trying to think. I mean, if it was a 3 damage to anything card, so I mean, he wouldn't have an opportunity to play Aftershock though. So he's giving the Shen GG, so giving the GG back and picking up the 7th win on that expedition. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the commentary and supposed highlights of this little run here. And yeah, so thanks for tuning in. And like and subscribe for more Legends of Runeterra content and other random crap.